One of the things I see happening these days is in Europe and America is the mindfulness movement. It's very popular, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to take one aspect of Buddhist practice and separate it from the religion of Buddhism. And this is a whole question about the religion of Buddhism. But we in the West have had a bad history with religion. So a lot of people are very anti-religious. This didn't really happen in Asia. There wasn't this big reaction against religion. So they never really worried about the fact that the practice was integrated with what people would call a religion. But these days in the West, people are very worried about religion, so they try to take Buddhism, or they try to take the mindfulness part of Buddhism and separate it from the religion, as they call it, of Buddhism. The problem with doing that is that the philosophy and the history and the other practices that are around there are things that developed over centuries of people trying to figure out how to do a meditation practice. Because the Buddha was a guy who sat under a tree. You know, this is the old story. He tried a bunch of different practices that were available in India 2,500 years ago and was dissatisfied with them and decided to settle on this very simple practice of just sitting still, you know. And that's where he had his great awakening. But when he tried to teach it to other people, they didn't necessarily have the same history as him, so they had to build a framework for being able to sit like this, you know, because a lot of weird things can happen to you in your mind and body as you do this practice. And so the things that we call the Buddhist religion and philosophy developed out of that, developed as a way of trying to understand and be able to do the practice. So if you, in the modern times, try to take the meditation practice out of Buddhism and present it as a simple, you know, as just a thing into itself, you're going to run into the exact same problems that the Buddha ran into 2,500 years ago, you know, of people having strange experiences that they can't explain, or people getting frustrated and quitting because they don't understand what's going on, and you know, so forth. And there's a lot of other problems. And I think this is what the mindfulness movement is now encountering, is that you can't just present it as its own thing. It has to be supported by some other practices.